Okay, there you have it, guys. That was the latest episode of The Walking Dead, the final episode with Rick Grimes, and I mean that particularly because as I was sending my reaction portion of this video to my lovely editor, Nerd Chronic, so he can get that out for you guys, AMC has just released breaking news that The Walking Dead this is so fucking weird. I just was confirming what we saw in the episode, and then it looks like 2 minutes ago, Walking Dead on Twitter has released information that they're going to go ahead and they're going to be doing not one, not two, but 3 spin-off movies based, I don't know if it's going to be based on Rick Grimes, all of them, but Rick Grimes will indeed, his story will continue in movie format. What the fuck, AMC? That's funny, dude. That is funny. I'm laughing because so many people had this idea that Rick Grimes was going to die in the show. And I don't know why, like, you know, I don't know why people completely assume that thought process, but I thought this was actually, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty clever. The fact that so many people were mad wanting him to die, or assuming that he was gonna die, and the fact that he survived makes it all more intriguing. For me personally, I don't know how strong the show's gonna be without him, but the fact that his story still continues is awesome to me. That's it's interesting. It's awesome. It's interesting. Let me read this off real quick. Andrew Lincoln will return as Rick Grimes in 3. Oh, so it is actually going to be all centric on him. 3 Walking Dead movies. Andrew Lincoln is returning to the Walking Dead universe as Rick Grimes in 3 spin-off movies. The Walking Dead's chief content officer Scott Gimple officially announced the news on Talking Dead following Andy's last episode on the AMC drama. This is not going to be the end of the Rick Grimes story, Gimple said. We're going to continue telling Rick Grimes' story in a series of AMC original films. There's a lot of story to tell. Alright. He added, it's going to show a different corner of the world. It's going to show a different situation that Rick is involved in. These are going to be shown on AMC, but they are also going to have the scope of featured films. Oh, so it's not going to be on the big screen. It'll still be on AMC. Interesting. And we're going to be seeing an epic story told over years, Gimple said. Additionally, he said that they would be creating several movies and series outside of Rick Grimes' story, like specials and digital series. You're going to see the characters that are dead and gone. We're going to see different stories of future characters, and we're going to see all around the world. We're going to see the past, the future. Alright, so it is what it is. Jesus Christ. And so just to recap what we just saw on the actual show, in this week's episode, Rick was saved by Ann and flown away in a helicopter after surviving a near-fatal rebar puncture wound and bridge explosion. This motherfucker. The episode then jumped far ahead in time, briefly introduced to us by Magna's group from the comics. I knew it was them. And revealed Judith had aged at least 4 years. Damn. Alright. So they warned ya. They warned ya, man. Back in March, the Hollywood Reporter asked Gimple if he had... is it Gimple? Like Pimple, right? If he had plans of expanding the Walking Dead universe beyond Morgan's crossover into Fear. He said, we have a bunch of things in mind. Some things that are really complementary to the stuff we're doing now, and some stuff that's far afield and very different. They warned ya! They warned ya! Anyways, so that's the deal with The Walking Dead. Wow! I like it. My first impressions and my first feelings about this is the fact that it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I like the idea that it's expanding the story. It's making things a little less stale. I am concerned with the fact that I'm like, wait, Rick is going to be away from his new family and all that. Like the whole thing about building up with this latest episode is the fact that he's got a family or what have you not, right? And he found his family, then he blew his ass up. He blew his ass up and somehow fell into the river. I don't get all that. Did he walk into the flames like that or what? Like, some of that the whole timing of all that was just a little funny, but whatever. And then he rode through the field like that and got washed up. But anyways, all that being aside, like the way I see it is, I think Andrew Lincoln was getting a little bored with the storyline, and I think he was a little bothered by just how kind of cliche-ish the story is, and how the interest has been kind of waning, and his character wasn't really doing much. I think his best work though was with Negan now, but I think he as an actor was just getting kind of bored of doing the same thing, and I don't know if he was really able to expand out and do other things. So it's interesting to see if what they're doing here, the direction that they're taking. We've talked about this before many times, that the ratings with The Walking Dead have continued to dip over the years, but it's still one of the highest rated shows out there. It's just not in the strongest sense of its heyday. I think their peak was right around before the Negan stuff. There was the Terminus stuff, and then after that, when Negan came up, that was like the highest peak ever. But then after Glenn was crushed into and shit, people just really got turned off of the show, which is understandable to say. So it's interesting to see, like, I think that AMC sees this and they want to try something a little bit different. And even in the comic, if I remember, Kirkman said that the story of The Walking Dead is going to be wrapping up fairly soon in the comics. So, you know, for me, I think if The Walking Dead can get to season 10, I think that's, you know, an achievement in itself. 10 years of The Walking Dead, that particular story, plus they have the Fear of the Walking Dead, plus they have the games, Telltale, well, kind of. They got a lot of different stuff, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I'm going to get into my review in just a second, and this is probably going to be a little spoiler filled, but I want to get this out to you guys immediately on the channel, and then I'm going to record the review for this latest episode, and that'll be up shortly. Peace, y'all. Make sure you subscribe and follow for more Walking Dead information. I'll be like Rick Grimes.